welcome back to our channel. My name is
Nae.n.zhae.
and this is the Nae.n.zhae show.
Period.
So today we just did we're just gonna ask y'all
Not answer.
We're just gonna answer a few questions that I made a post on my personal Instagram and asked people that asked us a question, and we made a post on our YouTube channel thing to ask us questions, and we're gonna answer them. Plus we're just gonna bring some questions that we've seen on Instagram. So okay. So our first question that we're gonna answer is, how's life after college?
One word, boring. Adult life is no joke, so it's like, I feel like being in college and an adult is different than being out of school and an adult, because it's like in school, you still got more people to rely on than when you're completely just like on your own. Like home is you're on your own. You gotta pay bills. You gotta buy your own food. It's like the big girl things that you gotta buy that you didn't even know you had to buy before. Like yeah, in school you buy it, but for me, I still have like my mom who will buy stuff for me. Now it's like, you got a job, go get it. You got money, go get it. It's like you don't think of how you gotta buy toothbrushes every month, how you gotta buy toilet paper every time you run out, dish soap, like stuff. It's like the little things you don't notice, but you gotta do it. You just think, oh, when you get older, you gotta pay bills. It's not just bills.
Yeah, I always pay for everything myself, so that wasn't like the biggest challenge for me, because I've been off the porch since I was 12. But it's a challenge, of course, because now I'm not on campus. Like I can't rely on campus things no more. But like I always spend for myself, pay for everything myself anyway. So that was like, it was added on stress, but I always knew how to figure out what challenged me at the college is knowing what's my next step. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm like a person who plan out my moves. So it's like, okay, after high school, everybody knows either you get a job
or you go to
or you
school.
go to college. And it was like, all right, I knew I was going to college, even when I didn't say I wasn't going to go to college and I went anyway. It's just still, I knew like that was an option. But now that at the college, it's like you have the option to keep going, but it's like I'm tired of school, because it's like I kept going. Like I've been in school since I was 4 years old, because I'm younger. So I was in school since I was 4 years old. I'm tired of school right now. I'm tired of, I could feel like, especially in this day and age, I can learn way more than just trying to jump into school. Eventually I still want to go back, but it's like that thing is like what to do next. It's like that awkward stage in your life where you got half of the people who were like, say if you're coming back from home and feeling like you're supposed to know what you're supposed to do, and then you're looking at people who actually
have a job. You're supposed to have, like, not having a job, you're supposed to have your career, you're supposed to have like everything already planned out. It's like we learned school experience. Now it's time for us to learn real world experience and connections that college didn't set you up for.
Yeah, so it's like you don't know what you want. So you're supposed to get one hand, you're supposed to know everything. What you're supposed to know your next moves and other things. And then you see people who actually like doing things. It's like how you know this and how you do this. So it's like that stress of like what to do next, or feeling like you're not accomplishing enough, or you feeling like you wasted your time at college, or maybe you don't feel like what you went to school for is what you really want to do. But that's that part, is like building that confidence back up. It's like you confident, like yes, I graduated, I got a degree, like that's cool and all, but you know it's still that underlying like truth in your head, like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but you're not supposed to know where you're going to be in 30 years. Like that's right. What they kind of force you to think when you're in high school, middle school, like you gotta have a plan. Like yes, have a plan, but don't force success, because it's not going to happen the next day. You're not going to get your degree, walk the stage, or walk across the screen if you graduate in 2020, but you're not gonna have what you need to do the next day. If you do, that's like great for you, because it's like you at least you got somewhere, and like maybe your struggle with the next is gonna be later on in life, or you know you might not have it, or with stuff like that. But for those who having it now at the college, it's like, what do you? I'm sitting at what do I want to do next stage right now? Because like I graduated
now
my BA with psychology, but it's like I love psychology. I'm ready to go on, but I can't do nothing with my BA. I gotta get my master's, but I'm not ready to go back to school. So now I'm in a stuck point like, what you want to do in your life, because you can't just sit here and be a bum. You just did 4 years of college. You can't just sit here and do nothing. Right. So it's like I'm in that stage of like what to do next, but I feel like I'm being confident of like this is God's plan. Like I can't rush everything. Yes, I do map out things every day. Like I put down hobbies, I put down goals, regardless if I'm accomplishing now or 10 days from now or weeks from now, months from now, I still write it down so I can know at least I'm working towards a plan even if I don't have the plan completed yet. So
Like,
that's basically how I feel at
yeah,
college right now.
I can relate to that. Like you gotta learn that everything happened in your time, not other people's time. Like maybe it was their time to do that, but when you get out, you gotta realize like, okay, it's not my time for that, but it don't mean stop trying to get to what you want to get to.
And I feel like it's not a lot of conversations where we having like, oh, everybody just assume like people who haven't went to college before just assume like their favorite question like, what you gonna do next?
Yeah,
we
need to stop
that
asking
is so depressing.
It put a lot of pressure on the person who just got out of school. Like that is not a good question to ask in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's like that's super stressful, and it gives a lot of people anxiety because it's like I'm supposed to give an answer and you want the most perfect answer because it's like you're a college graduate now, like you're this, you supposed to have this perfect answer. It's like, but in reality, I want to tell you I don't know. But imagine me telling you I don't know now, I'm looking at crazy and like I'm
so what you went to school for?
Yeah, and that's and a lot of people ask that next question like, and I got like when I freshly finished school, that was the question I get, and I was catching big boy attitudes like, all right, it's like I'm tired of that question right now. Like, just congratulate me and that's
keep it pushing.
Because I feel like you're not even congratulating me. Like, I just did 4 years. You know how many people that I seen come and go out of college that didn't finish, and I stuck it through. Like, and I still had a good experience. I still partied. I didn't just do school. Like, I still partied. I still could make connections and stuff like that. But it's at the end of the day, like, tell me congratulations and I actually won something. I'm like, oh, now what's next? What's next? What's next?
So what's your next move? What you gonna do?
Oh yeah, cause you about to get this money and stuff like that. No, I'm broke still, and now I got a debt behind me. Let's talk about this. And the one thing I think is cool is to have people who did go from the same schools or other colleges in which I graduated to support one another. I had somebody who from Bloomfield DM me, and we had a full conversation of like, it's okay, like. It's okay to not know I graduated 3 years earlier than you, and I noticed that you graduated. I just want to come talk to you and tell you that it's okay to not know you. It's okay that you know what you want to do in the future, but you don't know what you want to do now. So I'm like, you need that conversation, and a lot of college kids don't get that conversation because it's like, oh, you're a college kid, you're supposed to know everything. It's like we don't. I'm hurting right now.
You're still a person at the end of the day. You're still trying to figure it out.
Like, college was my in between years of becoming a teenager to adult, so I'm still learning. To adult life plus trying to be above with the standards of what a college person is. So I'm like, we need more of the conversation of like, it's okay to not know, especially with this world of Twitter and everybody getting famous and making money and got these Lamborghini keys, apartment on my own, my bank account sitting on 6, and you feel me? Like, it's hard to live up to them standards of what social media already putting you on. Like, you supposed to be at 21, you supposed to be a billionaire already. What you doing with only?
Like, that's not how it works. You can't snap your fingers billionaire.
Like, and everybody can't just have a business and start it today. Like, and have money. Like, you gotta go through that broke stage. You gotta go through that I don't know stage. You gotta go through the struggle to get to that. So don't feel like, oh, you supposed to be a winner off rip. Like, you won because
if you win it, how do you know you really win it if you never went through the stages to get there?
If you never lost, how can you really appreciate winning? So I feel like we should always keep that
in mind.
Okay, let's move on to another question.
The next question that I have is how it's one word lit. I like that.
Oh, yes.
Lit.
It was fun. It was definitely a lot of ups and downs, a lot of stuff that I feel like a lot of people, as much as like, oh, don't do college because you can make money without college. College is beyond. People will say, oh, you can educate yourself without college. College is not just about education, because you're right. You can get your own books. We buy our own books. Most teachers and professors just told you what books to buy. You just did your work. By the end of the semester, they graded it. That's a lot of teachers done that, but it was beyond that to me. It was an experience beyond just the classroom. Plus the classroom, some classrooms was a good experience. It's like meeting different teachers and how different people gonna come at you. Because in the real world, people gonna come at you different.
Right. In college, you
get tested a lot. In college, you meet a lot of new people that, like, even you feel like we went to a school where it was majority black people. It was other races there, but it was majority black people, and majority people was from the hood. But it was so different. It was like, even though you from here and you expect us to know everything the same, we were so different. Like, you was raised different, and even though we have so much in common, you had also so many differences, and it was like amazing to have them conversations. Like, especially my freshman year, it was more pro-black. It got a little bit less pro-black as we went on because they were trying to diversitize us and stuff like that. but it was so pro-black to hear people just talk and be so into it, and it was just amazing. Like the experience was amazing. The friends we made, even the drama we was in was amazing.
I feel like it's just like an experience everybody should
go
experience.
to.
Like it really make you grow up and mature in so many different ways that you didn't even know you could. It's like,
and I felt like I was already mature going into college, especially since, like I said, I was taking care of myself. Like I granted I had family and stuff like that, but we listened to the conversation. We was taught to be on our own. You feel me? So it's like to see me transform, like to look at my freshman year to now. It's
so
like
different. Like I'm not that, like
I
nobody is ever going in the same person they coming out as.
And it's a lot of people, like, you see the changes. Like I'm always throwing, like, if you follow me on Instagram, my personal account, I'm always throwing back. I throw backs. I won't, if it's, I throw backs is too much of a change personality wise. I mean, like, we probably being really disrespectful, real ignorant in throwbacks. I won't post those. I will probably send it to each other like, girl, we came a long way. Like we was doing some bull, but you know, like certain things I'm always throwing out throwbacks and stuff like that. Like we came a long way. We had so much fun every single year. Even though some years we felt like wasn't like our freshman was hands down the best year. But like all together every year we always found a way to like turn up and have fun, and it was a different experience that kind of sculpted us as individuals, as persons that's been growing up and maturity wise. It was amazing. I recommend it for everybody. I was telling people how to get in college. If you need to know how to get in there, DM me, because I'm a finesse and I know how to finesse you to get in there, and I know how to encourage you to keep moving forward and making sure that you do 4 years, because the shit is hard, and I'm here to help you. If you need help with the essay and how to get that scholarship, honey, hit me up. These words become crazy.
Finessable. Anything you learn in college, anything is finessable. Like anything.
And I feel like a lot of people you're gonna meet from college, it's like, oh, don't try to test our intelligence. Test how we made it. Cause trust me, this ain't for the weak.
Like even though college is to go and learn and explore your field more, it's also to make you learn more about the world. Like it's not just about, okay, I want to be a doctor, I'm going to classes and they're going to teach me how to be a doctor. College classes low-key don't even really teach you how to do that thing. It teaches you like the basics of what you should know to do that thing.
But if you got out there and experienced things, that's what's going to make you the best person, successful to me anyway. I always tell people like don't stay in your room. Just even if you by yourself, just go outside and soak up that experience.
So I would say the experience we had in college is like just learning. It's like I feel like college is a state of mind. So you learn to adapt to anything. So the experience was just overall lit and eye-opening. And
I would do it all over again.
Maybe
I don't care how much I say I wanted to go to HBCU, but I wouldn't still go, like, I still trust in what I did already. So I would do it all over again, regardless if I go to the same school to another school. I have fun. I would do it all over again, and I'm encouraging other people to do it again. I hate everybody trying to stop you from growing. Like, if school ain't for you, it ain't for you. But
college make you grow in a different way. It's not like high school. When people say high school prepare you, it's not like that. Like it do prepare you education wise, but like the formats is different. Everything else is different. It's just like a different mindset.
School wise, I wouldn't say like I feel like high school challenged me more than my college, only because like I had some really lit teachers who I feel like wasn't teaching our high school level. They was pushing us on some. They should have been professors and stuff like that. But I feel like they started us early. So when I got to college, my education wise was just like and I didn't experience of like when I came in kind of the teachers who wasn't like my high school teachers, and it was coming at me like I shouldn't know stuff like this, or they were teaching me something that I feel like shouldn't be taught to me, or I felt like they was taking out some parts of the story that should have been told to me, just like how we figuring out now how like people learning through Twitter a lot of stuff that should have been learned in classrooms. It's like now I'm challenging certain teachers, and it's like thank God, but the experience of going to college to be able to challenge somebody, the experience altogether, try it.
Okay. Another question we have is, if y'all would get another tat, what would it be? I don't know what it would be, but I know where it would be more than I know what it would be. Like I have places that I want to get it, but it's like I haven't decided on like what it would be. I kind of know the sizing and everything too, just not sure what it is. Cause like I be looking at tests and I'm like, it's cute, but not. Yeah, like it's like
certain tattoos can't be.
It can like. It can like. I just don't know what it is yet.
So I don't know if I'm gonna ever get another tattoo. Because my first one was just to do it because we was in Miami and was like, let's go do tattoos, do y'all first night so together, and I was having a sale too. And the
Yeah.
tattoo artist looked good. So, and the boys that was just chilling there looked good. You feel, we got pictures like that too, but we never posted it actually on our page. But if you ask me, I post it. Cause
Make friends everywhere you go.
I ain't scared to post it because he looked good. He was like a little Alcina August. A little entanglement because we could have had. I'm just saying, we could have had a tingle. What's a tingle? Entanglement, but them sheets. Go download that for August because my fellow Virgo, he went through her, but we want to do that for him. But great till I never wanted. I always wanted to get tattoos, but I was a little scared. This was a small one. It was cool, but I do want to get another one. I have a heart with a lifeline on here, and then I want to get another lifeline, but with the infinity sign because my middle name is Infinity. And then I have all these ideas of tattoos. It's just that I don't want to get them because I want my body pure of clearly I'm not pure no more. But I want my body to be tagged. I don't feel like my personality is a tagged person. That's not my personality. I think it's cute on some girls because he's like, girl, you tatted up. You look good, girl. Those girls be having tatted all through here and the next stuff. I'm like, you look fine, but I just don't think that. I feel like don't get tattoos if that's not your personality. Don't do it for the trend or something like that.
Right.
But I have good ideas because I'm just a person who be having good ideas. I want a tattoo here, but I ain't getting it. I want a tattoo down my spine, I ain't getting it. I want a tattoo going down my arm, I ain't getting it. But if I do ever get the courage or I feel like the message that I do want it is strong enough for me to get it, I do it. But other than no, I ain't beasting. I'm not the person I'm feeling for that tattoo. Nope. I'm like, damn. I'm doing my tattoo I forgot I had this.
Yeah, same. My first tattoo is just simple. It just say Ohana, Nae family. It's real simple. It's if I ain't looking at my arm, I ain't gonna notice it. So many people you got a tattoo, and I told them when I got it. So it's if even you could forget it's there, it's not that big. It's just simple. Sometimes I feel like it's not necessary to get over the top tattoos unless, like she said, you really that person. This was for all of us a spur of the moment. Let's see. Next question. Do y'all have any regrets?
In life, I don't have any regrets. Whereas in I feel like I'm gonna go. I'll be beating my head up for oh my god, I shouldn't have did this. My life would be so much easier.
Yeah, that's not funny, but you can't do it.
If I was people do that on here, but I'm not the type of person. I feel like when God put me to this path and this is what it is, I work what I got. But it's something I know. If I would have chose this right here, I could have did this, I could have did this. But that's just that I'm overthinking and over want to be perfect things. So when I've done this and it's okay, it's cool, but I could have did this. I feel with the whole college thing, it's I went to Bloomville, it was close. It was black people there, but I should have went to HBCU. Really been on the band dance, you feel me?
Hey, yeah.
And stuff like that. I could have been a whole different experience, but I'm still cool off the decision that I did make. So it's I don't fully regret it, but I just wish I'm thinking I could have I had more options than what I did.
Yeah.
So more so that I regret is I could have had more options. I would probably chose different, but I chose and I still live with it.
Yeah, same. I don't have any regrets. Life happened the way it happens for a reason. Why change it? Because if you change it, then you wouldn't be the person you are today. And if you don't like the person you are today, it's never too late to change it. That's simple. Okay, let's see. Do you have any more? What? What's one thing you would change in your life? If I could change it with a snap of a finger, I'd be a billionaire and wealthy. Not rich, but wealthy. Wealth is different than riches.
Well, I want to be more realistic. One thing I would change about my life is the way I react to people. I wish that my heart hysteria, growing in the hood, you have this heart hysteria too. I honestly sometimes when I have it because I know nobody won't play with me and I'm so set in stone with my who I am that I will never let nobody play with me. And that's a lot of issues that a lot of people have in life is how allowing people to overstep their boundaries with them. I know I put boundaries with any and everybody, but I feel sometimes I can get a little too rough with certain people, and it's a lot of people didn't grow up like me. So sometimes how I react to people, even after I do something, I sit back and I'm I was too aggressive, and I can't change it now. But it's I just naturally how I am. I just like I snap, like, no, that you're not gonna do, you're not gonna disrespect me, you're not gonna play me like I'm done, this is a third. Like sometimes if I could change something about myself, it's like how I react to people and to certain situations. I wish I could I'm working on that. So that's why it's a realistic change that I would do, because I'm working on it. It's something that like I can't fix. It's like I am fixing it. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna change it. But that's something I could like I will change about myself. Is how I react to people. And again, is sometimes people revert me back, but I always fix myself up again.
Right. I feel like that's where we're opposite. Like if I had to change something in that aspect, it's like me. It take me longer to get to people like say if somebody disrespect me, I let it keep going on and on and on before I decide to say something. So I would, like, for me, I would have to become the person like that nip it in the bud right away. Like I don't nip it in the bud. I just like I wait till I can't deal with it no more. Not when they've done like all they could do, but when I feel like I can't deal with it no more.
See, now look, that don't get confused though. I want to wait for somebody to keep disrespecting me. I ain't trying to change that. I'm trying to change when I nip in the bud to be less aggressive and to be more like, when I nip in the bud, I'm like, all right, this is what you're not going to do with me. This is what we're going to do for it. Instead of like, because this is what you're not about to do. And next time you say another word out with your mouth, then we will be fighting. And then that's what it's going to get too different, because if I have to fight, I'm going to jail. See, I want to change that, like how that, and to go like, so I want to be like, see, this is what you angered me about, and I refuse for you to let this go forward. So let's have a conversation where we can stop this now. But I ain't waiting until somebody.
See, me, I just ignore it, and then once I'm to that point, that's the reaction, and that's like a bad way to handle it too. Because I shouldn't wait till it get to that point to react like that. Where if I would just nip it in the bud the first time, nicely, like how she said, it won't happen again.
I ain't waiting too long. Everybody was saying like, you always try to confront somebody. Yeah, I want you to know that from this point on,
don't do it again.
Because why would I wait and to build up for something? Because when I just build up and you wonder why I slapped you off the last time you disrespect me is because you disrespect me 20 times already. No.
And then I decided to slap you.
Yeah, no, I want you to know, like, all right, I was about to slap you just now, but I decided to tell you to chill out. Now, next time it's going to be a slap. Like, you know, I want you to stop now because you're not going to keep disrespecting me, because people going to keep, like, everybody does this unconsciously. People does this where it's like, if you can get away with something, you just keep going. Like, so I'm not going to let you get away with disrespecting me because you're going to keep going. And I've seen a lot of people keep doing it. And I'm just like, major. But, like, I always like to observe people and I see how, like, even your nicest person know how to manipulate somebody if they allowed to. Like, don't ever get it twisted. Like, you're not a bad person doing it. Some people are doing it intentionally, and that's where you're a bad person for doing it. And some people just do it because it's like, if you let them do it, that means
then they
don't see the wrong what they're doing because you allow them to keep going. And I always tell people, so in college and stuff, like, I always tell people, if you felt like I was being mean to you, let me know. Don't ever think because you think like, oh,
I'm gonna turn up on you.
I'm gonna argue with you, like that. I'll, like, my friends and stuff like that, I want you to know, tell me when I'm wrong. I don't care how aggressive you think I am. Tell me when I'm wrong, because everybody ain't always right. I don't care how many times I tell you I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. I might not admit it, but sometimes I'm wrong, and I'm gonna need you to tell me like, Nae, you was too rough, or you're not gonna talk to me, or with that bass in your voice. Like, you could say it nicely without. Now, if you turn up on me, of course I'm gonna turn on back. But like, you can be like, I ain't think, lower your voice. I'm like, oh, I ain't mean, and I can be like, oh, I ain't mean to be loud like that. I was just saying. You feel me? So be that person to tell people like when they're wrong or stuff like that, so you can just nip it in the bud and move on to a better living and a better spirit and having good energy around you. Now, if somebody don't change their ways, you need to change them out your life. That's it.
Blank. Period.
That's it.
You got more questions?
Ain't no more questions up there? So all my questions is people like being cute.
Yeah.
Lenny said like being Lenny's friend.
She's a bully, not you. I ain't even gonna say that.
No, I'm saying it because you know.
The internet gonna take it too serious. We can't even say that. The internet gonna take it too serious.
Yeah, you know Lenny ain't bullying that.
Let me just say, she like 5 feet with the attitude of 6'2". Like she loves to say she's 6'2".
So now being Lenny's friend is like, I feel like y'all what other people see is not what we see.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks Lenny all sweet and loving.
Like she is like sweet and genuine like that.
Like she is that, but it's like, or they think she like quiet and like, no. She's a turn up queen, right? When she turns up. she is to me is my therapist. I'm everybody else's therapist, but she is my therapist. I always say this all the time. Like literally, this is somebody I call every time I'm mad or I'm crying or I feel like I'm so mad where it's like I have to like I want to fight or something like that. I'm calling her like, and she's gonna answer. And so that's why she's like, so that's sweet and genuine. I can understand where people are coming from. Like she do give off that. That's like that.
But that's not all she is.
That's
and
not all she is.
Swear that's all she is.
Yeah, everybody just be like, oh, so when they do see her turn up or they see her dance or they see her thing, it's like, Lenny? Like, no, this is the Lenny we know. This is Lenny. Like, the Lenny I know is y'all subtracting the rest of her. Actually, y'all, she's like, she's like, y'all together she genuine, but like, you forgetting why she genuine because she know how to be lit, she know how to be turned out, she from the hood, she feels she's that. Like, y'all got all the components y'all not putting together. And for those of y'all who probably watch it who got jumped into the world of us because we don't let everybody in. But once y'all see it, I'm like, yeah, she is like that. She is like that. Y'all probably, some of y'all probably seen a little bit of pieces, but we just seen all together everything.
Yeah.
Like some of y'all probably never saw her show no emotions. It's like we seen it all. Like
we seen Lenny through the phases. You
but
know?
like that's my girl. Like first of all, if you from Bluefield, you watching this. Like, it's always us three.
Everybody loves Lenny.
Yes, that's our joke for her. Like, everybody loves Lenny. Like, and we just love her 10 times more than everybody else does.
Right, and that's period.
That's period. That's my sister. That's my whole heart. My baby. My wife. Like, that's everything. So, if y'all ever hear these terms, y'all wonder why. Because we came out the mud together. We everything together. For us to be some three people that usually don't connect with people that too often. Like, we cool with everybody, but to connect the level that we did and meet in college and to connect so strong how we did and for us to be the people we are, it's like, yo, that's family right there. Like, ain't nobody coming for her, ain't nobody coming for me, and just know it's always gonna be us three against the world. And yes, we all family, as in her family is my family is her family.
Period.
So when you hop into this shit, just know that you gotta deal with all of us and all we come with.
All of us or none of us.
Okay? So you know what? Let's touch on that too. All of us or none of us. Because a lot of y'all ain't catching that. Some of y'all will beef with me and think they ain't going to be in it. Somebody will think they coming crazy on Jay and think we're not going to be in it. Some people would think they don't like Lenny because she's too nice or something like that. And y'all just want to be friends with us and stuff like that. It's all of us or none of us. When you became friends with one of us, you best believe if you didn't peep, we bring all of us around so we all can get a peep. Like, how you feel about them? Or what? Did you catch something that I ain't catch?
Did you peep? Because I peeped.
Or, you know, so don't ever get it twisted. All the friends that you ever saw Lenny with, trust me, we've been around, we done caught tea, we gave them the little okay, or the insecurities of the person, not insecurities, but I would like red flags we fall with the person and stuff like that. We just like that. So, all of us or none of us. If y'all ever wanted to know, like, how y'all always call us Copes and the sisterhood and all this stuff.
What they call us, the troublesome trio?
Yeah, honestly.
We're not trouble.
The cool kids is what we are.
And that's
because everybody want to hang with us, you know, but when they can't hang with us, they start not liking us. If you want to be friends, all you have to do is say that. Baby.
It's that simple.
But Lenny, we love you. Okay. We also have somebody say, do you miss me? Yes, T-Baby.
Yeah, we miss you.
We lived in Suite together with T-Baby, and she was amazing. We loved her. She was like this cute baby face, lovable person. Her personality was everything.
So bubbly, so nice, so sweet.
Everything. Like, we had fun with all the girls. And I
can honestly say I probably got along with
everybody in that suite that year. Like, you know, probably with some things, you know, like, it ain't gonna be like.
But I feel like every time we lived in a suite, you got along with them.
No. No, because we had a lot more arguments in our sophomore year suite than we should have, and we knew them.
You're right.
More than we didn't know them. Like, we came in not knowing them, but we had so much fun. So yeah, we miss you, girl. We miss you. Like, every time I see a post, I'm like, oh, my T-Baby.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And it's funny we call you T. Yeah, that's your name, T-Baby. But we call each other, we always call each other like, Lenny Baby, Nae Baby, J Baby. And then your name to be T-Baby. And your name was going to be T-Baby anyway with us. So yes,
It
he's
just
an
worked
issue.
out.
Kisses to you. Okay. Then we have, it's going to be the last question, which is also going to be the funny one because why is
What
this
is
question
it? I
being
ain't see it.
asked? She said it more explicit, but we ain't going to say how she said it because it's a curse word. So I'm going to put it like she's asked us. And I know the name. She going to know it's her. You crazy, girl.
Y'all ain't even gonna be able to guess who it is, so.
And it's not Lenny, but it's a girl, we know. But she asked us like that. She said it more crazier, but y'all know how she said it.
The answer is no.
First of all, I'm gonna pause and say that I'm a child of God. Can't even be serious long enough to say that.
The answer is simple, sweet, to the point, no.
I'm gonna say this to be safe, 'cause I'm gonna realize I'm a real girl. I'm gonna say.
What you was gonna say before that? You're a real what?
Bitch.
Hey, yeah.
I'm a person who, I'm gonna tell the truth now. I'm not, and I'm not just saying this for the camera. I'm gonna say this because I don't have a man.
So we really not.
I'm really not, and plus it's quarantine, so it's like it's a difference between you quarantine and got a man. You gonna do something,
Right.
I'm quarantined without a man. I'm not trusting any and everybody to come up in my space or
Trying to
come
give
me.
you that corona.
Yeah, like, no. You stay over there, like, first of all, and I'm on the stage in my life where I feel like if you're not coming with me with genuine want to be with me, I'm not indulging in no other activities other than us building for something. Like, not saying like, oh, I'm too old, I'm young. I'm aware that I'm young, but I'm also aware that I do want a certain type of future, and I'm
aware of my standards.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, these fellas, because y'all been in these DMs, are through my last nerves. So don't, and I'm not the person who's like to brag, like, yeah, my DM's popping, my DM's lit, blah, blah, blah. I'm not that person because I won't even expose them. I don't care how much you get on my nerves. My DMs, and trust and believe. It's a couple
Y'all be getting on our nerves.
There's a couple people who be getting on my nerves, but like, I still won't expose them by like, oh yeah, screenshot them and put them. I won't even put you in my close friends. That's how much I wouldn't expose nobody as much as you get on my nerves when I hit that chat. But you're not gonna expose you, but I feel like when you see this video, I want you to know, come at me correct.
Or don't come at me at all.
Or you just understand why I haven't responded. Some of y'all haven't get a response regardless if y'all talk to each other yourself or not. But you haven't got a response, or you probably got like the weakest response because maybe I know you.
And, and that's like
I'm trying to keep you as a friend, but I'm just trying to keep you friend zone-ish because even if you was gonna hop off that friend zone, you gotta come better than that. And all for those who I did talk to once before, I'm not that person no more. And I still had standards then, and I still got them now. But just now, it's like I'm not even settling no more. I'm not even, if I feel like that standard is strongly, I need in you, and then getting cut off.
Get into the T, what she said right there. All of that.
If you're not like some standards are knocked off a little bit. I feel like what, those superficial. I shouldn't really do this. I shouldn't do that.
But it is important to have standards.
Like certain things, like communication is a standard. I'm not. You won't have to have the strongest freaking communications level.
But you can't be childish with it.
You can't come to me.
My family say I can't talk to you. I'm going on social media.
Yeah, or you feel like you want to. I hate a out around the bush person.
Yeah, no.
Let me know straight up, or I'm gonna play them around this bush.
No. say what you're gonna say and put some chest with it.
So
say what you mean what you're gonna say.
Right, because I have a lot of conversations where I have with people where they like, oh, so they be around the bush and I'll be straightforward with them, and I'm like, oh, that's not what I meant. Well, you should say what you meant, so I won't have to come up with nothing of what I think. Because when you leave this conversation open, you leave me to think whatever I want to think. So that means that's what you did. You did do, and you was hoping that if I said it, and if I was with it, you like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. But if I'm not with it, I'm like, why ain't me? I ain't say that. You said that.
You think if you beat around the bush and you say it nicely, it's still not offensive? No, you still said it how you said it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you meant. So stand on your 10 toes and be that, or don't say it
at all.
They'll send it. So that's why that's my level of people right now. Like, and I feel like some people that's in my DMs that's been in my DMs before, or if I tried them or not, left them already. You feel me? I'm not doing it on purpose to some of y'all because I haven't seen it yet. I got issues with me. Like, I need to take away that, how fast I need to respond to people. I don't have to respond to nobody fast. I barely respond to my mother with a phone call that fast, and I answer her kind of quick. But don't tell me
Because I don't have to respond to you.
I don't have to respond in 2.5 messages. I don't care if I'm on Instagram or not. I'm clearly doing something, and once I get to the message, I will answer it. I've had so many people get mad that I ain't answering 2.5. Either delete the message or I seen it already. So either delete the message or they feeling like they got an attitude when I do answer. I don't care, because if you have good communication skills, either if I have a real conversation with you, you gonna know when I'm trying to dub you or not. And if I'm trying to dub you, go on with your business. You shouldn't even be mad. I don't be mad when my crush ain't responding to me, even though I don't text him.
Good night.
You can't be mad about something that you can't control. You can't be mad. Imagine being mad off you liking somebody and not liking you back. That's weird to me.
You can't be mad about that. You shot your shot and it didn't go
It didn't go in. You can't be mad every time you imagine going to a basketball game and you shoot your shot and you mad. You punch the person next to you because you didn't make that fucking shot. That don't make sense. So don't be mad at me because I don't like you. Or don't be mad because I dubbed you, move on. Because if I get dubbed, I'm going to just take that L and walk away. I ain't going to keep going because that's just making me more of an L.
You can't even be mad no more because all you can be like is, at least she know.
Like, I tried. On to the next now. If I talk to her first, she can be mad. So, like, don't do that. I hang around some boys. Don't do that. If you shoot me down, if I talk to the friend that look good too, shut it down.
Don't do that.
Don't be like, if you not talk to me, you dug me though, bro. So I ain't even get a text back. So if I get a text back from your bro and that hoe so happened to be my soulmate, shut the fuck up.
Don't do that.
But that's everything. If you want more videos like this, because this is fun, and this is the type of people all we do is sit. All day today we were just having random conversations. My sister was here. We was having random conversations.
If y'all want to know what we was talking about, comment down below.
Yes, because in the conversations, we was talking about all the things that's going on in social media right now. And if you want a video on that, I was react to social media because we have strong opinions and we stand on those. Y'all want to see that? Comment below and say like we want those videos. We want to see y'all reaction to this. Or if y'all have more questions y'all want us to answer, it don't have to necessarily be just about us. It could be about life,
anything,
situation, any topic. We'll talk about anything because we just love having conversations. So
if y'all want to hear what we think, let us know.
So that's it. I'm Nae
and Jay,
and this is the Nae.n.zhae show, and we out.